This is the world final of TTXGP electric motorcycle racing. So you've got the best team from North America, Team Icon Brammo, and then you've got the best from Europe, Team Munch from Germany, and then the best from Australia, Catapult. This is the first time we're taking electric bikes on the high banks of Daytona, and we're going to see how they do out here.
I've seen it in movies and things, but to come here is a dream come true, actually.
We're out here today, which is kind of a day early, so that we can just get some laps under our belt and try to answer the question of what is the potential for performance around here. And we'll just see how the battery holds up to sustained high speed on this banking around here.
It's a very high speed track, and we are facing problems here we don't have on the classic racetracks in Europe.
We've got new bike, new parts, riders that haven't had much practice time on the bikes. We're putting a lot of stress on the battery, we're putting a lot of stress on the motor, and Daytona is just generally known to be tough on bikes. So on top of that, you've got the mechanical stuff that can break too. We have had some tough luck in the past and failed in a very public way, but that's all part of learning and our process at Brammo. The bike that we have now and the Impulse street bike is a direct result of what we've been doing out here.
Our race bike last year at Laguna probably made about 75 to 80 horsepower, and now we're sitting here at Daytona and it makes 155 horsepower with about 3 times as much torque as it had before, and that's in a year and a couple months, so to see that kind of improvement is pretty wild. We're going for the highest step on the podium. I'm short, so I need as much help as I can get.
It was really wonderful to be invited into the project and sort of be able to give all of my knowledge that I've gathered through the years on this blank canvas, which is electric bikes. And you know, there's no rotating mass or very little, and a lot of things are way different. So you get on the bike and you're like, well, it's heavy. No, it actually feels really light. And is it slow? No, it's actually really fast. And so it turns a lot of your thinking around. And pretty soon you're rolling around the track going, man, I can make this better. And that's really probably the best part for me, is having direct influence into development. And we've came so far so fast. I mean, on the gas bike, we're always searching for 1/10 of a second, because if you can make a 1/10 of a second a lap over a 23-lap race, you end up 2 seconds ahead of where you would be, and that's huge. Right now we're taking these big shark bites out of time, and you know, it's like a second here, 2 seconds there, 3 seconds there, and like at Thunder Hill we're 10 seconds faster than the first time we rode there. And and I know we can make a substantial gain from here. First lap around the track on the electric bike, I was like, damn, this thing is fast. The issue we had out there is that the bike's making more horsepower than it's ever made before, and we have the smallest sprockets on it that we've ever had before because for the speed, and so the chain was actually being forced to skip the sprockets even though it's tensioned properly. So the guys are back to the drawing board on how to make the chain not skip and how to preserve the drivetrain of the motorcycle.
Today was it was a good day, but kind of a mixed bag for Team Icon Brammo. We did get our first ever electric laps on Daytona, so we're stoked about that. Unfortunately, we started the day with no motor in Steve Atlas's bike, and we got the motor in, got the bike together, and then discovered another technical gremlin that kept him off the track all day. Eric wasn't going for ultimate lap time, but everything looks like the bike can get around Daytona pretty well. We saw GPS top speeds in excess of 165 miles an hour on the banking, which is about right based on the gearing that we've got on the bike. So, and his response so far is that the bike is faster than a 600, which is great to hear. and gets through both the banking and the infield really nicely. Tomorrow we get started early, and the goal is to just get both guys out into the first 2 practice sessions, and hopefully getting some good laps in and getting even more data on how we can get the bike set up to win the race on Sunday.
I got a virus from Eric's Facebook in my motorcycle. Eric hooked up his laptop and downloaded Facebook on my computer, and all the hackers on his Facebook account broke my ECU.
You got to maintain an advantage, you know?
I'm topping off the charge on Steve's bike, so we basically have a full charge going into this practice session. We're going up to 400 volts is the maximum, so we're almost there, just a few more volts to go. So this one I'm adjusting the RPM limit up just a little bit because we were within 2 miles an hour of our RPM limit last time, and I have a feeling we might go just a tad faster. The key is aerodynamic drag at that point, so you know, about 170 the aerodynamic drag equals the power that you're putting out even at max throttle.
Hopefully the bike is good right out of the box. I don't know. Got 2 rounds this morning and then we're done for today, so it's not like we get very much. As soon as I give it any throttle, it just shuts off. The bike cut out. You get on the throttle hard, the thing kind of freaks out and just cuts off. So I went out and it cut off right away, and then the second time I was able to make it through the infield, got up, hauling around the banking at about 150 miles an hour, and then it cut off up there.
Man, the thing is a missile. I really can't believe how fast we get. You know, I've been on a lot of bikes around here, 600s, 1000s, and like our speed is ridiculous. I mean, it's fast, and we're just like passing everything in front of us, you know?
So this morning we had a couple practice sessions. We were successful in getting Steve Atlas out on track. So there was some good troubleshooting that went on this morning to resolve the issue we had yesterday. Unfortunately, we uncovered another issue, so our mixed luck, at least with Steve's bike, continued. So he was able to do a lap or 2, but experienced a lot of cutouts during their lap. We think we've now found what the problem is, something to do with the motor resolver, and the guys are busy at work trying to get that fixed. Eric went out and did about 4 laps, and the bike's working great, so we're basically not touching that bike and trying not to disrupt what we've got there, which is a great handling bike that's got great speed around the banking. Tomorrow, we've got to get Steve's bike together and confirm that we've got it working great, because we've only got 2 more practice sessions in the morning like we had this morning, and then we do qualifying at 5 o'clock in the evening. So hopefully by that time we've got both bikes up to speed, and we can show what they can actually do lap times around this track.